I'm Victoria Pearson, but you can call me V, and I have been feeling a little bit blah this week. You see, I have been doing lots and lots of extra work, which is great. I've been manifesting abundance. I'm really, really grateful that it is coming in, and I really do enjoy the work that I do. But I have been feeling a little bit overwhelmed by it. I'm feeling a little bit out of balance, and so this weekend I decided to reset and rebalance myself. And so the very first thing that I did when I felt my slump come on was go for a little local walk, because even in the very middle of the city, you can still find little patches of nature, little nooks in the middle of the town that will make you feel grounded again and get me moving again, because I hadn't been out for many walks, and so my pain was getting worse. And while I was there, I really just took the chance to breathe in the green that was all around me. I felt like I really, really needed that, to be honest. I found a pile of twigs that was probably not a pigeon's nest, but I like to imagine it was, and I followed a path that led absolutely nowhere, and it was wonderful. And then I saw the most beautiful big old tree, and I thought, what a short time we're here for. And then I saw this beautiful poppy, and I thought, what a long time we're here for. And it was just what I needed to reset myself. So then I came home, and I gave my house a jolly good clean, and it felt so much better after everything was fresh. I even filmed how tidy everything was, because it so rarely happens. Let's ignore the doors that I haven't finished. That's future me's problem when she gets a heat gun eventually. And then I admired my beautiful devil's ivy that has got so many new leaves this week, and it made me feel so much better about myself. So then I spent some more time admiring my new houseplants, and not only has this one survived, but look at all my beautiful baby spider plants. They make me so, so happy. And then I decided I needed a proper day out, so we went to Amptill Park. It was very, very warm, but it was beautiful walking through this little bit of woodland and reminding myself of my wedding day, because this is where we came to take our wedding photos, because we got married in Amptill. And it was lovely just walking along with my daughter. We saw a den that some kids had made, and it was beautiful and shady. And then we decided we would walk down to Amptill High Street itself, and it was a bit too hot and sticky for it, to be honest, but look how gorgeous these little chocolate box cottages are. I think they're just absolutely beautiful, beautiful little village. But it has got some modern little bits as well. It just so happened that this bit was the bit with the most old-fashioned little cottages and stuff. And there was a little pub here as well, and I was tempted to stop, but we decided to carry on down into the high street and see if we could check out some of the charity shops that were there. And there were lots of little knickknacks that I absolutely fell in love with. I like looking around charity shops, but I was very, very good and didn't buy anything today because, of course, I'm saving up for that crown for my tooth. But it was nice to go in and look at all of the little things and just think about how much we've all got such different taste, and I love some of these things, and then some of the things I really didn't like at all. It takes all sorts, doesn't it? And although the main aim of today was just to get out of the house and have a little walk around, we weren't actually shopping, but we did end up going in quite a few little charity shops there and checking out all of the books and CDs and things like that that were in there. And I had to go and touch every piece of fabric, let's be honest. In Amptill, there are lots of weird little shops and lots of antique shops, and there are quite a few charity shops as well. And there was one shop there called the Yellow Shop, and honestly, I had no idea what it sold, so we had to go and have a look. I wonder if lots of people go into that shop for that reason. We went in there, and it was sort of a mix of vintage little knickknacks and like very modern 3D printed looking stuff. But it was a cute little shop to have a poke around in, although we were the only customers in there, so I felt a bit bad because we had absolutely no intention of buying anything. And also everything was just curated so nicely. It kind of felt more like a museum than a shop. It felt like it was for looking at rather than for buying things in. In the nicest possible way, it kind of felt like the sort of place that you might buy a cursed object from. Although these memory teddies were very, very cute, and they're handmade. Some of the other shops, much, much clearer about what they sold. We love that for them. And yeah, it was a very, very cute little high street. They had bunting there. They had these adorable little cottages, and they had the very classic like Queen's Head pub. And so I would say it's kind of a quintessential English villagey type place that has since become a really big town. Anyway, after a while, we headed back because the car park that we'd parked in at Amptill Park did say that we were only able to stay there until 2:30 that day because they were closing. They didn't say why, but we went in one end of the park so that we could walk through and
stroll through the park on the way back, get a little bit lost, and still get back to the car in time. And on the way, we went past this beautiful purple flower display, so I was really glad we got a little bit lost on the way. When I got home, I decided to do a little bit of witching. I won't actually show you the step-by-steps of that spell because I did not film it, but I'm sure you can guess if you haven't by the ingredients. I was actually making a money bowl. They're very popular at the moment. I haven't made one for a really long time and it was quite fun to do, so I enjoyed that. Later on, I decided that all of the cleaning and stuff that I had done earlier had completely ruined the nails that I've been trying to grow out. And so what I tend to do is use press-on nails, very, very cheap ones from Temu, and to make them last for the whole week, I just really, really gently file my natural nail, paying special attention to the sidewalls there, and then brush the powder from those nails off. Now, we're not doing it really, really hard because we don't want to go through our nail bed, but it's just enough to take the shine off so that the glue will stick more thoroughly. I don't use the little glue dots that come with the nails when you buy them from a cheap place like Amazon or Temu. I just bought a brush on glue, very, very cheap brush on glue actually. And as long as I give my nails a little file first, and sometimes have a little file inside the nail, the fake nail that I'm putting on, so that that's got rough edges as well, I find that they last for a good week. And then I can change them quite regularly, and it also stops me from being able to bite my nails as well, and so my natural nails get a chance to grow underneath. I did have to reshape one for my middle finger because there wasn't one in the pattern that I wanted that fit my finger, and it was a bit annoying and didn't really come out as brilliant as I wanted it to, but it was a very quick and easy way to make my nails bright and cheerful, which helped me to lift my mood. Once I had pressed the nails onto the press-on glue, they were pretty much instantly hardened, and so then I just gently filed around the edges of some of them to get rid of any sharpness, because I don't want to scratch one of my children or something, and to reshape that one on the middle finger a little bit because it was a bit thicker than others. It was designed for a thumb rather than a middle finger, and so that's why the finish of that one isn't exactly what I had hoped it would be. That being said, I am pretty pleased with the finished result there. And it goes with my cherry print dresses, which I love. I even ended up painting my toenails as well. After that, I started painting over an old painting of mine that I did not like anymore because I want to use it as a base for a different painting. And I've been meaning to get this base coat painted for ages and ages and ages. So now, when I want to make some art next week, it'll all be painted and ready for me to paint on top of. Now, I have got some paint on the desk around, as you can see, but don't panic because look, I've got this plastic cover thing, so it's fine. And it came off really, really easily when I gave it a quick scrub with a little bit of the pink stuff. When I finished doing that, I decided to do a little tarot pull for myself, and it was a very nice reading, so that did lift my mood as well. And then I did a little Greek oracle card reading as well, and that was also a really good reading. And so that was lucky, wasn't it? It would have sucked if they had come up with bad cards, but they did not. So then I ate the least healthy dinner imaginable off my lap like an absolute pig, and then I wrapped up an order that I had got on my website that my naughty website did not tell me that I had got, and so I don't know what that's all about, but that's future me's problem. Sure, she'll sort that all out. And while I was doing postage, I decided to send a postcard to a friend who had sent me one. And then I was going to get in the bath, and I decided that I was going to use all of the products that I never use because I save them for like special occasions or whatever, because every day is a special occasion if you want it to be. And so why not use the nice and fancy products right now? And I'm so glad I did because it was absolutely blissful. When I got out of the bath, I decided why not go the whole hog, and I did myself a little deep sea mud mask. I don't really understand the point of them, but it felt quite nice. And then I settled down in front of Red Dwarf with a nice pink gin, which is quite rare for me. And I had a very lovely evening and then fell asleep on the sofa.
So I hope that you enjoyed that relaxing day with me and are feeling just as refreshed and reset as I am. I am now ready to face another working week where I'm doing a little bit more than usual, but because I've had that little recharge time, I'm feeling balanced and able to achieve it. Join me on Monday for my next vlog. I'm not quite sure yet whether I'm going to be doing a witchy one or an artsy one or something else. I've got a few different things planned. I will be here Monday, 6 a.m. UK time, talking about something. And if you can't wait until then to see me again, I will also be here every single morning in your shorts, taking a great big deep breath, letting you know what I am grateful for that day, sometimes letting you know what's challenging me that day as well. And I will be here on a witchy Wednesday doing an intuitive tarot card pull for you as well. Remember, if you want to, you can book me for personal tarot card readings. I do both short and long forms on a range of budgets, so you can book me through my Ko-fi and I will try and remember to put it somewhere on the screen for you. Until Monday though, you have yourself a magical week.